So now we're moving on to my update. I started eating like crap again. Yep. I bet you guessed it, right? That's just how I am. I'm just not reliable when it comes to eating well. Keto, it was going pretty well. I had lost 10 pounds within a month, or less than a month actually. It wasn't even a full month. And then Matt wanted to give up and I wanted to give up, and so we just started eating some crap again, and it sucks because I really want to lose this weight. I want to feel good about myself. I want to feel less tired when I'm doing daily activities. However, just to me, it feels like it takes forever to lose this weight, and then it just keeps climbing, and then it's more and more weight that I gotta take off, and I just gotta find the energy and the endless willpower to finally drop this weight for good. It takes so much, and I just don't have that energy anymore. I want to, but I don't. The smelly urine is gone. However, the itchiness is back, mostly when I sweat and take a shower yet again. It sucks, but what I've been doing to try and combat the itchy skin, which seems to help, doesn't get as bad. I take hot, cold showers, which one gets the lymphatic system going, or is supposed to. You take a hot shower for like a minute or 3 minutes, and then you take a cold shower for a minute, and you keep switching back and forth. And it seems to be working. I still itch, but not nearly as much, which is pretty amazing. And not to mention, it's been really humid here, so that's been helping with the humidity. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Because it's less severe, I don't mind it as much, so I shower more, which is amazing. Because coming from being the kind of person who showered like once or twice a day, every day, and then not being able to shower because I'm extremely itchy all the time or depressed and such, that takes a toll on a person. Not only do you not feel as clean, but you don't feel as confident because you feel dirty and you don't have the energy to do stuff. And then you just, it's such a big cycle. The lethargy that comes with that. Anyways, like the more I take care of myself, the more energy I tend to have. So it's been really helping to take hot and cold showers. I stopped taking the cleanse pills as well with stopping keto, and I started taking my prenatal pills again every once in a while whenever I remember, because my emotions have been totally out of whack, especially when I'm on my period. Hence when Honesty did want to take that cup, and I hid behind the island when she was in the play yard. I'm on my period, and so I'm noticing the only time I get frustrated with her is like the first couple of days of my period. I get really angry easily with everyone else, and like just this anger bubble inside of me. Like I just can't get negative thoughts out of my head during that time as easily as I could. And not that it's easy, but during a normal time. Someone on Facebook said, oh, you should look at your period in a different way, that it's a way of detoxing emotionally and physically. And I already know that and feel that. However, when I'm getting upset with myself, everyone else, and my daughter inclusive, that's unacceptable. So sure, I can think about it in whatever way I want. However, hormonally speaking, I'm out of control when I'm on my period, because I was like, this can't just be PMS. Like I've never had PMS. Like if I'm moody, I'm moody. It wasn't just during period time or whatever. And it was just normal moodiness. Now it is out of control. And I said, this can't be PMS. Does anybody have any other ideas? And someone said PMDD or something. And it's like the next step up where you're like extremely angry and irritable. So I'm going to have to make an appointment with the doctor and see what he thinks, because if that's the case, then that would explain a whole lot. Back in December of 2014, the Christmas that just passed, just a bit before that, before we started working out and stuff, I was starting to get really emotional especially during my period. I was even vomiting and stuff, like just out of nowhere. Like my hormones weren't even that out of whack right after the pregnancy. And I mean, I gave birth in September, so October, November, December, that's 3 months after giving birth, and all of a sudden I have explosive anger during my periods. I remember my explosive anger with a situation at Christmas at our house, our new house at the time, and I had reason to be angry, but at the same time I got really emotional and I was crying and I was upset, and you know, my family understood, but the other people weren't that understanding. They didn't care. They don't know what I was going through, but I've finally come to the realization that my most aggravated, irritated, angry, those were like basically synonymous, times have been during my period. So now I'm just repeating myself. My underarms haven't been as smelly at all either since halting keto, which is amazing, thankfully. Another thing though is that my scalp has been extremely dry. Like it's been scabbing and it's been dry and itchy, and it doesn't matter how frequent I wash it. After like 2 days, it's really bad. But I don't like washing it too much because then my hair gets really dry. And Honesty and I went for haircuts. I got rid of a lot of split ends and stuff. And her haircut is so cute. Here's a little picture of it. Take the whole bag. What's your birthday? The 3rd of September. And then as you can see, my hair is shorter. I like both of our cuts. I think they look super cute. I had someone who was an acquaintance, you might as well say, because we haven't hung out in years. And I kept trying to make our friendship work, and I wanted to be there for her as a friend, and she just didn't seem to want that. But anyway, my daughter's birthday, Honesty's birthday, just went by, but she was invited. She was supposed to come. She was supposed to do my hair and Honesty's hair, and she was like all gung-ho, and she said, I'm gonna be there. And there had been times I should have known that she'd be like, oh, I don't know if I can go, or she would totally cancel out on me or just not even contact me when we had plans. I posted on Facebook that I needed a reliable hairdresser, stat, that would do a house call. No one knew anyone that would do a house call except for like 2 people, and both people that did house calls were working on those days. So it was unfortunate. We didn't end up getting anyone. And then Saturday we went to go try. I had a bunch of other things, photos to get ready to go print off and everything on Saturday because it was the day before the party. And so I was like stressing out, and then finally got stuff done. And then we went around town trying to find a place that I could get a hair appointment for Honesty and I. Turns out everything was like closed and at that time. And then I don't ever remember these salons closing at 6. I always remember them closing at 9, but apparently now they close at 6. And then the salons that were open were booked. I was heartbroken. I was like bawling my eyes out in the car like a baby, obviously PMSing just before I was going to start my period. And like just, it was ridiculous how much I was crying and how much I was upset. And so I let it out, and Matt was like, this is ridiculous, very childish, who cares about a haircut, your daughter's birthday is tomorrow, or your daughter's birthday party is tomorrow. I wasn't seeing logically, you don't just cancel on people unless there's a full-fledged reason. And, she's like, well, I'm giving you enough time. And no, you're not, with somebody who has limited availability and their event is in days. I just wish that logic, the whole, oh, I didn't want to tell you because I thought you'd be stressed out. I would have been less stressed had they have told me 6 days before when they knew they might not be able to go, because then I would have had more time to go get our hair done or make an appointment somewhere or get my head straight so I could figure out what we were going to do, I just don't get it. And the thing is, like, I was so excited that our kids were going to get to play, and I was going to tip her, and I had all these plans, like, that's life. Life laughs at you when you're sitting there making plans. Life laughs. And, maybe it's for the best. So along with the PMS or PMDD is honesty testing my limits during those times. I mean, she could test my limits during other times and I don't have the same reaction. I'll just laugh or smile, go hee hee hee. Like, now I'm fine. I'm a few days into my period and I've been handling things a lot better. Anyway, it's just ridiculous. And the heaviness of my period, it's like 2 or 3 days of heaviness. One good thing though, since the pregnancy, well, I don't know since the pregnancy, but in the last couple of months, because I wanted to go swimming during my period and like last month and the month before. But when you're on your period, that's kind of difficult. So anyway, I started using tampons again, and they used to like really hurt. Like the moment I would put them in to the moment I took them out, my vagina would be super sore. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. It was just really bad. Now, that doesn't seem to happen. Like, I only wear it for the length of time I need it, not anymore. So like the whole time I'm in the pool, and then basically that's it. Or if I have to take a bath to bathe honesty, I'll wear one then, and then I just take it out after. So that's all I use it for. I don't wear it for hours at a time and then change it like I used to. But it was like, it wouldn't even just be because I was wearing it that long. It was because it just freaking hurt. I am just not impressed with most people that are in my life or whatever, or that I'm in their lives, or both. And I mean, not everyone falls into that category of me not being impressed with them. I cancel on people every once in a while. If I'm having extreme anxiety, it happens, but I'm honest about it. Or if I'm too tired, or if I've been up all night or something. But I cancel so infrequently in comparison to how much other people cancel. It's crazy. And then there's people who are just like rude to me for no reason, or rude to others. I see it all the time, and I just don't get it. I don't get the intentional rudeness to create a reaction in others, to see them upset, or to see them, flinch, or test them to see if they're going to get mad at you again for doing the same action over and over that upsets them. Obviously I make myself upset when I'm upset. It's been a difficult road for me, and obviously I keep facing the same obstacle because I'm meant to overcome it. However, I'm just not doing that. I'm not overcoming it. Oh, who knows when I will. I hope soon, because I'd like to move on from this constant feeling of disappointment. And then, there's the other aspect of things when I'm hanging out with people. I have social anxiety and general anxiety. And when I know I've got to hang out with someone, or I want to hang out with someone, but I don't, you know what I mean? I'm constantly feeling anxious. Do I look good enough? Do I smell? Does my hair look oily? Does my face look too pimply? If someone's coming over, is my place going to look good enough for them? Is it clean enough? I'm constantly judging myself and the environment I'm in when I have plans, and it doesn't stop, even when they're here. most of the time I'm thinking, uh-oh, are they judging me? Are they judging something that's going on? Oh my gosh, what's going on? It's exhausting. So like, before these people come over, or before we hang out wherever we're going, even if I've known the person for years, that's all I can think of. And the whole day or two, or basically from the moment we make the plans till we execute those plans, I'm thinking all that stuff. And then it gets really, really bad as the day comes. And then when the person cancels, holy shit. Of course my anxiety gets alleviated, so that feels good in that way. But then a whole other set of stress and depression comes about from that. But then I am also like, geez, I just suffered through that anxiety for nothing, because now they're not coming. And then I'll have to suffer through it again if we have to reschedule. So I've come to the point where I've now said, you know, there are some friends that cancel and they're not rude, or they're not, I don't think, doing it on purpose. And so that's a good thing. However, I've had to set a boundary now. Like, if you're going to cancel on me like 2-3 times in a row here, something needs to be done, because I can't, for the next 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever times you're going to cancel, be anxious all day, having a baby to take care of, things to do, and then just be thinking about, oh my God, am I good enough? Is this good enough? And then they just don't show up. Anyways, I'm just blabbering on about the same old thing now. But that's what's been up for me. Thank you so much for sticking around for this, my pregnancy vlogs and my post-pregnancy vlogs. I hope you'll come along for the daily vlogs starting October 1st of 2015. And thank you so much for all your support, all your love. If you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe. Share this with your friends and family. Give it a thumbs up. Comment below. All your support is extremely appreciated, and it helps, you know, just, I'd like to make this a career, I guess you'd call it. And the more I'm validated through the fact that you guys are liking it and sharing it, the more I'll know that I'm headed in the right direction. The more I'll know that I'm accepted for me. You know what? In the end, I'm gonna continue making the vlogs whether I'm accepted or not, because not only is it maybe helping other people or giving people ideas and such, or people are able to empathize, it's also allowing me to go back and look at our memories. And that's the most important part for me. I hope you have a wonderful day or wonderful evening wherever you are. Namaste.